Hey, what's up everybody? This is Wildboy789789, and if you're looking for a dish to impress someone, well, I got it right here with Chicken 65. So Chicken 65 is a popular Indian dish, goes really well with saffron rice, which I'll be showing you how to cook tomorrow. But what you're gonna need is a knife, a cutting board, a bowl for mixing. You need rice flour, it's very thin, very good to coat the chicken, ground turmeric, iodized salt, garam masala powder, garlic powder, vinegar, rice vinegar is nice. You need an oil to deep fry in. Extra virgin olive oil is what I got and it'll work. Chicken breasts. I recommend dark meat chicken. It adds extra flavor and this is one of the dishes you really want to use it in. You need a green chili, also known as a serrano pepper. You need curry, chili powder, white pepper, minced onion, ginger, minced garlic, and one of the most important ingredients, chili garlic paste. You're also going to need 1 egg for the batter. The reason why it's in a cup of water is to check that it's still good. When an egg spoils, it gets an air bubble in the top and it will float in water. Chop up the chicken into bite-sized squares and clean off your cutting board and your knife so you're ready to chop up the green chili. So we got the serrano pepper all chopped up, kind of into little wheels. And then the trick is doing all this with one hand. So you want a good amount of rice flour to coat. You might have to add more later, but just kind of do it to how it looks. Your egg. A little bit of turmeric, don't go crazy. It's a pretty strong spice. Garam masala, also don't go crazy, even though this one's more sweet than anything. Some garlic. Here's where you add the salt. And just a little bit of vinegar. Alright, I'm gonna mix that up with my hand. So I got my oil frying. As you can see, I almost had to use the entire bottle. I got just enough left to cook the chicken. You're gonna need a paper plate for when it's done frying, spoon, something to pull it out. And you want it to be like almost like a cookie batter consistency. I had a hard time cleaning it off my fingers, which I'm gonna have to do again after I drop it into the oil. The oil's starting to bubble. You can do a batter test. I wait till it starts hitting the smoke point and then you know it's at a good temperature to start frying. Alright, now this part's pretty dangerous, so I might not film all of it. But basically, you want your chicken and you're gonna have to break it up because they'll stick together. And you're gonna drop them in. As much as will fit without touching. It's time consuming. Hard to do with one hand, I'll tell you. And I'll show you what they look like when they're crisped up and ready to go. They're starting to look like the batter's cooked, like they're fried up. You just want to brown them. And that'll make sure that the chicken's fully cooked on the inside. It's also good to mention the cooking times will get much shorter as the oil gets hotter. So you want it nice and, you know, crispy chicken. It'll smell a little bit like KFC. That's how you know you're doing it right and the chicken's fully cooked. Now another little tip is the chicken might not look as done in the pan because it's got oil on it. It makes it look light. But once it starts drying, you'll find you get this like fried chicken that's totally cooked. So be mindful of that. Pull it out a little early, just like if you're cooking bacon. I also set down a paper towel just to absorb some of the oil. It's optional. We're not going to keep the plate, so we'll be getting rid of the excess oil anyway. Alright, now for the next step, empty the oil out of the pan, not in the sink. Do it outside. And you can leave a little bit of oil in there. It's got all that good chicken flavor. Make sure you wipe it up off the side as best you can. You don't want that oil hitting the fire. So we got some nice crispy chicken. Looks good to me. And keep in mind this can be a very spicy dish, so be mindful of the amount of seasonings you add. A lot of these peppers are sweet peppers, but they will definitely sneak up on you. Normally, guys, I would add these ingredients while the pan is still hot, but just for ease of filming and how quick this part goes, I'm gonna put them in the pan and then show you what to do with them. So, let's get one of these spoons here. And garlic. It kind of takes a while to figure out how much to add. A little more. Chili garlic paste. My goodness. Good amount. That should be good. A little more. That should be good. It's going to be hot. I'm going to try and not make it too spicy. Put the spoon away. Normally they add coriander, which I don't have, and curry leaves, which I'm just using curry. Come on. Being stubborn. There we go. Sorry about the noise. A little more. It's easier on the table. There we go. It's a new jar, so it's being stubborn. Chili powder. Good amount. White pepper powder. I think I already went a little too crazy. Ginger. Good amount of ginger. And minced onions. More onions. Alright, I'm going to heat this bad boy up. A little bit more curry. And I will show you what to do. I forgot to mention, add a little bit more oil. You can do it right to the top. It's not going to hurt a thing. Okay. Got a nice hot high flame. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. You're going to mix all this together, obviously. And you kind of want it to get real dry. You really want to cook most of the water out of this. Like I said, I would have added all these while the pan was still hot normally. You see all that oil and water? We want to cook a lot of that out. You're never going to get all of it out. But we're getting there. And this is going to be the whole trick with Chicken 65. In a second. I don't want to rush it for the video. Just bear with me. If this is your first time making it, you're liable to cough a little bit. It's a lot of pepper. But like I said, it's a lot of sweet, subtle pepper. That kind of bites you on the back end, which makes it delicious. This chicken is mostly sweet. It does have a little kick. I would accompany it to, like, buffalo wings. It's not going to be super spicy. Anyone can eat it. I gotta tell you, my nose is fighting it. Still a little oily and watery. Just exploded towards my camera, I think. Right. A little more. There we go. That's really starting to not like me. A trick to Chicken 65 is water. You're going to add a little bit of water and pop the chicken in. And that water is going to make the sauce spread and stick to the chicken. And you want to cook that water out of it again. Oh, and silly me, add the peppers as well. You should add the peppers in with the sauce before the chicken. It's kind of a symbolic thing. I don't think it really matters. I like my veggies a little fresh anyway. A little bit of a snap to them. You see the chicken's picking up all that sauce and starting to turn its golden red color, which Chicken 65 is known for. And that's all there is to it, guys. Clean the sauce out of the pan with the chicken. Scrape it all up, cook it on. You know, I think I like adding the peppers in now better anyway, because they take up a lot of sauce in the cavities. But yeah, try this out. This is Indian food at its best. Tomorrow I cook saffron rice, which goes delicious with this. It's a floral rice, if you know what saffron strands are. And yeah, turn the heat off. This is done. I'll see you tomorrow. Also, guys, I almost forgot to mention, with Indian food, they like to put whole spices in. So don't eat cardamom pods, stuff like that. You can eat the curry leaves. But in this dish, don't eat the peppers. You can if you want. They're super hot. You're meant to eat around them. A lot of Indian, well, actually in Indian cuisine, you're supposed to eat with your fingers. So they just pick around the whole spices that are way too overpowering. Don't eat whole sticks of ginger, stuff like that. Just a tip when you're eating Indian food.